What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick Hicken and this is Baby Yoda. Okay guys, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw his head. So we're going to make a nice loose sort of squarish shape with their rounded edges because he's got a bit of a funny shaped head. And then we're going to go along the bottom of his head, and this is where his, I guess it's a sack, I don't really know what it is he wears. It's a robe, but it's like a potato sack. So we're just making that loose shape again. It's fabric, so all the edges are quite soft. So it kind of looks like a hat so far. So if yours looks like a hat, you're doing well. Then we're going to go for his ear. So we're making a nice sort of, it's like a leaf shape with a rounded edge. And then it drops back. And then to give it some definition, we're going to put a line through here to separate the inside and outside of his ear. And then because his head's turned slightly, the ear on the other side is going to just be a little bit smaller and going away. So we're going to go again that little sort of leaf shape and curved edge, and then get fatter towards his head again. And the same thing, a nice line to separate the inside from the outside of his ear. Perfect. Next, we're going to draw his hand. So his hand's a little bit like a starfish shape. And then curve where his wrist goes. And then I'm going to do the cuff of his robe / potato sack. And then I'm going to, so that's just a circle. And then I'm going to follow that round. So we can see the inside bit of his robe. And then back down to show, because he's got like a cuff to his robe. So colour the inside of his robe. And then we're going to pop his arm on. He's not going to have a really long arm because the way we're looking at it. So we're drawing a little short arm because we're looking at it from the front. Okay, that's looking good. So next we're going to do his arm. He's reaching up because he wants to be picked up by the Mandalorian and he's sad. So we're going to go straight and just do a nice little arm shape, and then we'll follow that all the way down to the bottom of his robe. Suggest where it sticks out, that might be where his foot is moving, and just do a little bit of a wibbly wobbly line all the way around. And then I'm going to add a few creases in because he's put his arm up. We're going to get some creases pointing towards his arm or away from his arm. Okay, and then I'm going to put a few more down here. And then I'm going to put a little cuff on this. It makes it look a bit more tidy. So his arm was a little bit long maybe there, but still I think we'll get away with that. And then again, he's got like fingers like a starfish, so he's only got 3 fingers. So we're going to go, they're quite fat at one end and then thin at the other end, like the points on a star. And then I'll put a little line in just to show he's got a little bit of a chubby hand because he's a little baby. And then if you want to, you can put some little lines like this. I'm just doing like a bit like hashtags, cross hatching it's called, just to give it the idea, because it's like a potato sack, they're really coarse and rough. So I just think this makes it look a little bit more textured. And I'm just putting that anywhere I think there might be a little bit of shade. So under the ruffles of his robe. Right, next, let's put a few hairs on his head. poking out, and then we're going to pop his eyes on. So I'll start off by just doing slightest little curve, and it kind of looks like he's shut his eyes here. So you could actually, if you like, if you're doing a super happy one, you could have his eyes shut like that. But I'm having them open and sad and sparkly with tears. So I'll do a nice oval, like a fallen over D. And then I'm going to put some highlight marks in. So I'm just going to do a big circle in the corner, a little circle next to that, and then like a wibbly wobbly, a little bit like how you would draw the sea at the bottom. So it looks like I've drawn little hills, but it's actually a wibbly wobbly line. It's wibbly and wobbly. And then I'll colour it in. So it's really important when you're doing that line, don't just do wobbly, make sure you're getting the wibbles as well, because they're important too. And then the other side. It's good. And then there's only a couple more things to do. We're just going to do a little bump for his nose, because he's got a little cutie nose, and then a little downward sad face for his mouth, because he's looking up slightly. That's the bit we're going to see, kind of like the bottom of his mouth, his little jawline. Okay, and then there it is. If you're liking these videos, give us a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe. In the description below, you can go down and check out my website, and you can get a free download for this and print it off and colour it in. Send it in if you want to. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you soon. Bye.